In this video, we will be exploring MyStar's instructional model. The purpose is to emphasize some key points about the model and to demonstrate how lessons and the unit challenge are woven together. The MyStar instructional model is a means for designing and presenting science lessons that promote student achievement of the Next Generation Science Standards, or NGSS, as well as the Michigan Science Standards, which represent a customized version of the NGSS designed specifically for Michigan. The model provides the framework for student learning experiences that integrate the science and engineering practices, cross-cutting concepts, and disciplinary core ideas of the standards. The model is also helpful in that it provides the structure needed to integrate the ongoing MyStar Unit Challenge into the individual lesson plans. Each of the units in the curriculum is built around an engaging 21st century challenge and are composed of several lessons designed to teach key science and engineering concepts and practices that students will need to understand in order to successfully address the unit challenge. Here we can see a general outline of the MyStar unit structure. The units all center around a unit challenge and unit challenge question, which are addressed throughout the lessons. A MyStar unit always includes 3 lesson types. First, a lesson opener, where students engage in a phenomena, become familiar with the unit challenge, and create a unit bubble map by asking their own questions related to that phenomena and challenge. Next, a series of middle lessons where students use their questions as a guide to explore scaffolded concepts and practices as they address the unit challenge. Finally, a unit closer, where students share how they have addressed the unit challenge and reflect on their learning over the course of the unit. We will now explore the 5 phases of the instructional model in more detail. The first phase of MyStar's instructional model, the anchoring experience, is when students consider a puzzling, intriguing, and/or thought-provoking experience related to a question or questions from their unit bubble map. These anchoring experiences are designed to capture students' attention while providing all students with a similar experience connected to the unit's key science concepts. It is during this phase that students present their current knowledge and any underlying misconceptions by describing how the anchoring event relates to the lesson question. This is the first opportunity in the lesson for the teachers to formatively evaluate students' understanding of the key concepts. During the Uncover Your Ideas phase, students engage in practices in which they gather information and data that will help them understand the lesson key concepts, often through experiments, building models, or other types of hands-on activities. In small groups, students begin to develop an initial explanation while teachers act as a coach or facilitator. While doing the investigation, students' misconceptions may be further revealed in this phase. Formative assessment can be used to document these misconceptions so they can be addressed in the next phase. In the Share Your Ideas phase, students engage in practices in which they reason out what was found in the Uncover Your Ideas phase. Students analyze and evaluate their findings by listening critically to others' explanations and defending their own explanations. Finally, teachers guide students to engage in a group discussion to clarify their ideas and come to a consensus about the Uncover phase investigation. When appropriate, new vocabulary is formalized. This is the phase where students' misconceptions are formally addressed and reconciled. If many misconceptions persist, teachers need to consider repeating another Uncover, Share cycle. The Connect Your Ideas phase allows students to apply what they have learned in the Uncover and Share phases to the unit challenge scenario. This not only helps students to address the challenge, but allows students to deepen their understanding of the lesson's key concepts and practices by applying them in a new situation. In other words, students are engaging in the same lesson content, but in a new context by gathering, reasoning, and communicating around the unit challenge scenario. This is another opportunity for the teacher to formatively assess the student knowledge of the lesson, key concepts, and practices. Finally, in the Check Your Progress phase, students assess their understanding of the concepts and practices from the lesson through a 3-dimensional learning experience. Teachers are provided the opportunity to assess student learning, and students are able to reflect on how their understanding has changed. Although the instructional model generally proceeds forward in one direction from the anchoring experience to the Check Your Progress during a lesson, Assessment does occur during each instructional phase, allowing teachers to move around the instructional model as necessary to assure that students are grasping the lesson content. Through formative assessment, teachers may determine if it is appropriate to repeat or skip a phase of the instructional model. In this video, we explored how a MyStar unit relates to the Michigan and Next Generation Science Standards, how each unit is centered around an engaging 21st century application of science and/or engineering, the general purpose of the three MyStar lesson types, and finally, the flow of a lesson through the 5 phases of the MyStar instructional model.